Today, I'm going to be looking at the AI note-taking app called Fathom. I'm going to explain why we chose this above the other ones we tested, why we believe AI note-taking apps are essential for businesses, and why you might consider using one if you're not already. I'm going to explain how to get the most out of the free version and the amazing features the free version has, but also explain why you may consider upgrading to a premium version, but if you do so, how to keep that cost to an absolute minimum by not having to buy licenses for your entire team, but still get many of the team features. All that and more in this episode.
So the question is this: how do entrepreneurs like us who don't have an endless supply of cash, how do we leverage the best apps, virtual assistants, automation tools and systems to scale our businesses, increase our profits and have more time to do what we love to do each day? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name's Dr. Steve Day and this is Systemize Your Success.
Okay, so this is the second time I've talked about AI note-taking apps, and today I want to explain why we've chosen to use Fathom as the only AI note-taking app in our business. You only need one. We at one point had 3, if not 4. We were basically testing them out. We've settled on Fathom because of some of the amazing features it has. The fact that the free version is absolutely awesome, but also the paid version is actually really reasonable, and that we've figured out how to get some awesome team type features without having to pay for licenses for everyone in the team. Just to put it in perspective, at the time of recording this, a monthly license for Fathom for the premium version is only $10, and actually the free version is ample for most people, depending on how you use it in your business. Just before I dive in case you don't manage to get to the end of this episode where I'm going to share this link again, we have got an affiliate link which you can access at sys.academy/tools. That's sys.academy/tools, and using that link you can get 3 months free premium version of Fathom, so you can check out some of the features we're going to talk about today for yourself and see actually if you want them or not. But as with any app that I recommend, it's something that we use in our business, we believe in, and the only reason I'm recommending it is because I think it is awesome. Whether you use my affiliate link or not, I don't mind. Enjoy this episode, see if you think Fathom is as good as I think it is. Go and check it out and then let me know what you think. Enjoy. So first of all, why do we use a AI note-taking app at all in our business? Well, the problem with using just Zoom or Google Meets, for example, is that it's difficult to remember what was said in meetings, to remember sometimes the action points that came out of that meeting, and really importantly, for people to go back and find the relevant part of a conversation if they need a reminder. And we record all our meetings because our staff often go back and revisit what was said, so they can remember exactly the points, or if we give them some instructions or some guidance, they can go back and re-watch that. But there is an issue of remembering which meeting was it in or when was it said, and that can actually waste a lot of time. So using an AI note-taking app will allow you to provide a summary with clickable time-stamped highlights and action points from that meeting. So it makes it super quick for you to be able to go back and find stuff. And because it's transcribed, you can actually search the transcript as well to find any instance of a keyword or a phrase that was said. So it's really easy to actually go back to the exact point that you want. One thing I love also about Fathom is they have unlimited storage for free. So they basically save all of your meetings into the cloud for free. And you can then access those via a link, and you can share that link with the attendees or anyone you want, including your staff, so they can also go back and find the meeting and access all of that transcript and that clickable stuff that I've just described. That meant that we'd be able to stop recording our meetings using we were using Google Drive to do it, but it was actually filling up, and we're using terabytes and terabytes to store all of our Zoom meetings. We've now been able to eliminate that because they're all stored in Fathom. If it's a super important meeting, we can click a button and download that, so we've got a copy on our hard drive as well. And if it's for me, for example, when I'm doing a podcast, I do record those meetings using Zoom because that is a higher quality recording. So we do, on exception, still record some stuff and also download it, but there's the option not to do that because actually we can access it all for free through Fathom's website using the links it provides. So it's really, really convenient. It's also automatic. It just sits there. It automatically records all of our meetings, which means we don't have to worry about thinking about it. One of the things I really love specifically about Fathom above other AI note-taking apps I've tried is that it has this mini desktop app that sort of sits there. It's non-intrusive, and it basically sits in the top right hand of your screen when you're recording. And it gives you these options to have highlights or clickable tags, if you like, for sections of your meeting in real time. So say if we're in a meeting and I'm talking to a client or in a group meeting, or it could be a staff meeting, and something important comes up. Maybe a client has just started giving me a brilliant, ad hoc testimonial, just explaining how they've, achieved some goal or something. And I want to capture that moment. I want to actually remember that this is when it happened, and I want to capture that and then be able to do something with it. Maybe it's create a testimonial post, or maybe it's actually, giving some brilliant feedback or training to a staff member or a client. And I want to capture that to be able to create some actually recurring training, a video that I can actually share with other people. In the past, we've had to remember to go back to that meeting, and me with my ADD brain, I often forget all about it until weeks later, and I can't remember where the hell which meeting it was in. Whereas now I can literally just click a button in the meeting and it will then save that highlight. You can also integrate Fathom with Slack, and it will then send that clip, that highlight, to your Slack channel of your choosing. And so therefore it's there ready for you or your team to go and do something with without you having to go back and find it anywhere. So it is a super slick, simple idea. And one of the other great things about it is, say you're in a meeting and someone starts talking, you don't realize, until 5, 10, 15 seconds into their amazing monologue about how brilliant you are, or maybe it's some training that you're doing and you've, 20 seconds, 30 seconds in, actually this would be great to capture. Rather than having to stop and go, right, let me hit record, or let me start again and let's record this and remember where it is, or assign someone a task to do something with afterwards. You click one of those highlight buttons and it will actually rewind the recording to the beginning of your monologue and clip that as the recording. You can then, as I said, ping that to Slack, or you can go into the app and find it later, and you can adjust that as well. So to actually say if it didn't catch right at the beginning or it cut off too soon, you can actually extend that clip and export that clip as a separate video clip to do something else with. So it's a really cool feature that I've never seen in any other app. And the fact it sort of lies on top of the meeting and is live there in the meeting means you don't have to go and faff around in the app later, which is just a pain. In my opinion, I'm much rather just getting things done at the moment they're there, because then I don't forget about them. So that's some of the good things about Fathom. But there is one negative thing, and that is that you can't log into the app using an email and password combination, as far as I know. This means it's very difficult for me to share with my team the login so they can go in and find the recordings afterwards. And so to give my team access, we'd have to pay for licenses on the team version of the app. And so one way we've got around this is to actually upgrade to the premium, which is under $10 a month at the time of recording this. It's not an expensive upgrade, but that gives us app access to a Zapier integration. And what we've done is to create a simple Zap, which is triggered every time Fathom creates a new AI summary. And the Zap then takes that summary and then sticks it into either a post in our community for us to, for example, for our meeting, for our one-to-one with our clients, it sticks it into a post, which you can move into a space for them to find. Or it creates a task in Asana. We do that for our private one-to-one coaching calls with my staff, because I don't want everyone to see that. But all of our general meetings, it actually appends onto a Google Doc with all of the clickable links and all the highlight stuff that I talked about before, so that our staff can go in and by searching a single document can find any information about any meeting, and it timestamps those meetings. So we create a basically Google Doc which has got the title of the meeting with when it happened, and then it basically has clickable links for all of the highlights and the comments, etc., through the meeting, which people can click on and then open up the recording and find that part of the meeting. So we've managed to create a really useful summary of every single meeting we have by using some filters, simple filters in Zap, and by being mindful about what we call our meetings. We can actually do different things with different types of meetings. So for example, our elite private coaching, we do one thing with, our staff one-to-ones we do another thing with, and then everything else, we then just stick into our our generic sort of Google Doc, which is like our meeting archive. So a really simple Zap has then created something of real value for lots of different parts of our business that allows us and our whole team to access those recordings in a really efficient way, to be able to find what they need super quick by doing a quick Google search within the document and then clicking on it and then actually finding that particular part of a meeting. And so this has been a game changer, in my opinion, because it's allowed us to do something we couldn't do before. And that was to give our team like easy access to be able to go and find the stuff they need in the meetings that we record, and do the same for our clients as well. So instead of just now uploading a video, of a meeting or saying, here's the link to our video if you want to rewatch it, our clients are now getting a detailed AI summary with highlights, with action points, with clickable links to all the different things, the sections of that meeting, which means that they can then go in and jump back to the part of the meeting that matters most to them. They can also open the recording and, as I mentioned before, search the transcript for any specific keywords that were said in that meeting, so they can then go and jump back to the specific point they want. So again, a really, really useful feature. So in summary, we're using Fathom because it provides a huge amount of more rich information that's easily accessible, so people can go back and find what they need without trawling through hours and hours of video. It helps me with my incredibly forgetful brain because I can go back and find stuff just by remembering the idea of what it was about, by a couple of keywords, and I can quickly go and find exactly which meeting it was in, what was said, and then go and actually listen to that part. It allows us to create those highlights and then ping those to Slack so we don't miss those opportunities of capturing, those great training moments or those great testimonials that come in. And for a small upgrade or a small fee, we've got that amazing feature which allows us to zap our meeting recordings or our notes or our action points. We can zap those anywhere we want within our business, and we choose to do it to our community, our Asana, and also Google Docs, depending on the meeting title. So all in all, I think Fathom has proven itself to be, like, for the practical day-to-day stuff, the best out there. The free version is absolutely brilliant in terms of totally free storage, unlimited storage, and you get all those AI notes, etc., etc. If you want to then give access to your team seamlessly, then you can upgrade to the Zapier version, which is the premium version, and you can zap things elsewhere. And one other thing I should note is that even if you don't upgrade, all the meeting recording notes will be automatically sent to all the attendees. If you choose, you can either choose to send them or not to send them, and then you can click a button to send them, or you can, at the end of each meeting, you get the option to click a link and send that to individual people as well, and that will give them people access. So even if you don't upgrade to the paid version, you can still grab that link by clicking one button on your screen, which is up on your desktop when you're having the meeting. Click one button to copy the link and then paste that into a document, and then someone else can go in and access it. So you don't need to pay for the full version. It's just that we like things being totally automated, because I always forget to do things like that. But it's like a total optional extra should you choose to go for that option. And that's it. So that's why we now recommend Fathom as a cool note-taking app. It's the one we use in our business every day. If this inspired you to go and check out Fathom for yourself, then you can either head to their website, or if you go to sys.academy/tools, you can click on our affiliate link, and then you'll get 3 months free of the premium version, so you can test out those Zapier features and the other free premium features for free for 3 months, and see if that's something you want to upgrade to. But as I said before, the free version is also really cool. So that link again is sys, as in SYS, sys.academy/tools. Check it out and let us know what you think. Again, if you found this useful, please do share it with your friends, colleagues, your loved ones, anyone who you think might find this beneficial. And if you leave us a nice review, that would be awesome too. 5 stars is always amazing if you're feeling generous. And leave any comments, questions you've got, any suggestions for future podcasts or apps that you'd like us to review. And that's it. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for listening. Take care. Have a great day.